Hey everybody, this is Dave and welcome to the setup video for the Fitbit Surge. This is the newest product, Fitbit. It's the top of the line model. It has built-in GPS and it also will track your wrist-based pulse. It has call notifications as well as text notifications. You also can control your music from this watch. They call it a super watch. So originally, when you turn the power on for the first time, it will say, go on the website, download the application for your Mac or Windows, or download the app to your phones. Well, that's what I did. I downloaded the app to my phone. Now, first things first, turn on Bluetooth right off the bat before you even open up the app. Or if you already have the app, that's fine too. But just turn on Bluetooth and turn on location services. That will just make it easier for when you're going into the pairing process for the first time. I already have it paired, but we'll set it up just like if it was brand new. So we're going to set up our Fitbit Surge. So now we're going to click through the steps, and it's going to find it, and it's going to tell you to put in this number here. So we have 7734, okay? And it will automatically pair it up right to it. And we'll go through a couple little steps here, and it pretty much tells you everything that's going on. And now you're synced up. You have to sync for the first time. Now, with this app, you can set up your goals. You can set up your the way you want your voice cues and all that. And this is all for the app itself. And it will also translate over to the Fitbit. So you get all that. Now, the Surge, once you're paired up to it, it will have its own little panel, and you can set up a new alarm. This watch vibrates when the alarm goes off. You have to set up alarms from the app or from the web. You cannot set up alarms from the watch. You can put on call notifications so that when you get a text or a call, it will pop up on the screen. And you could set up clock faces. I like this clock face the best, but there's 4 of them to choose from. Heart rate tracking, and I like to put it on auto because auto will automatically shut off if you're not wearing the watch. It senses that you're not wearing the watch and it shuts it off. Or you can have it on all the time or completely off, and that's for your pulse. So you can have your main goal. So the Surge will vibrate and light up when you reach this daily goal. So that's just what you want for that. And then we're going to keep it on our non-dominant wrist. We're going to have exercise shortcuts. Now you can choose up to 8 of them. Run is always there. And these are the screens that you're going to see on the watch itself. There's 2 types of screens. There's blue screen and white screen. And I'll show you more about that in a second. So I want to add walk to it, but you can choose for any one of these. You have up to 8 screens that show up. So we'll just do something else. So now you have them all, and that's the most you can set up in that. And I'll show you what that means in a couple of minutes. Now, as far as music control goes, you can control any music app, any third party, anything that shows up down here. In whether it's your music that you put onto your phone, with the iTunes app, or Pandora, or Slacker, or any one of those third-party apps that you install. So let's go, and we'll have sync now, and now it will sync. It will change your watch face. Now you only have to hit that once. Now every time you open up the app, it will automatically sync all the data that you have stored on here. It stores up to like 8 days or 7 days of data. It takes 2 hours to charge fully, and it lasts about, they say 7 days, but if you use it a lot and you do the exercises a lot, I would say more like 4 or 5 days. But I'm not 100% sure because I only had this a couple of days. But the battery seems to hold out pretty good. Now, as far as music controls, that's a different thing. We have to set that up from the watch, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So now we have our Surge all set up. We don't need the app anymore, really. Now you do need the app if you want to set up this watch, or you do need to go on the internet with the Bluetooth dongle, download the app, and set it up that way. But once you're set up, it'll store 7 days, and then every time you turn on the app or go with the dongle on the internet, it will sync up. And whatever you sync on the phone will automatically sync to the cloud, onto Fitbit website, the dashboard, and you'll have everything all set. So now here's the watch itself. It'll automatically at any given time show the time, and you could swipe along and you'll see your steps, you'll see your heart rate, you'll see your miles, how many miles you traveled in the day, 22 calories. It'll show your floors that you ascended, not descended. For some reason it has an altimeter and it only does going upstairs, but it won't track you going downstairs. So it doesn't have a barometer like the, say, Apple Watch does that will do up and down the stairs. That's important in case you want to note that. Now this is all the blue screen. That's all your blue screen that's showing all the time. Now there's 3 buttons on here. There's a home button, there's a select button, and then there's a action button or something. So now we're going to hit this and we'll get into the white screen options. So like I said, run is always there. You swipe in, you have exercise. Now you click on exercise. Now this does have a touch screen, and you can see that it has GPS and the heart rate going, and you could just hit and start. But you could swipe along and see all those 8 options, all those 7 other options that you selected in the app. And say we want to go for a walk. We'll just hit now, quick start, boom, it starts. It's searching for GPS. We'll hit quick start here. Now the buttons correspond to whatever is on the edge of the screen near the button. So you can use the touch screen in order to invoke an action, or you can use the corresponding buttons. And that's good because if you're wearing gloves, you can use the buttons, and if you're not wearing gloves, nice sunny day, you could use the taps screen. Now the other options, it shows you, you can scroll through and see heart rate, scroll through calories at any given time, and that's the neat little feature that they put there. Steps, you can see how many steps you took. And this is all in real time, and the step tracker works pretty good. I mean, normally when you have a lot of these step trackers, you just shake your wrist and it will register as a step, but this works pretty good. They must have it set up with GPS or something in order for it to, or with your intensity of your pulse, to know that you're walking actually. And like I said, it's very accurate. So like I said, swipe any given time, that's great. Now once you're done, you hit pause, and then you can hit finish, and then you can see your summary, and that's pretty much it. So that's the other white screen. Now alarms, you could just shut off your alarm from here, and you have settings. Now notifications, you swipe, you tap here, and you'll see like the notifications that somebody sent you. You can't dismiss these notifications. They're always there. Even if you dismiss them from the phone, the notifications are always there. You can't reply to any of these notifications. And you can only check your notifications from the white screen, not from the blue screen here. There is no set for notifications here. You have to click it once, and you have to then hit notifications. If you have any, you hit that upper button there, and then you can scroll through your notifications. So that's notifications. When somebody calls you, you'll also have a phone number up there, and that's pretty much it when it comes to notifications, which is good if you just want to know who's calling you and why they're calling you, and you know, and whether you need to pull your phone out of your pocket or whatever the case is. So now here's settings in the white screen, and in here you could set up, you have regulatory, you have shutdown. You could shut down your watch if you like, or you can swipe and you could turn notifications on and off. And Bluetooth Classic, that's how you're going to set up so that you can get music controls to work. So let's turn on Bluetooth on our phone here, and we'll set that to on. Let's set that to on. We'll hit this button here, and we'll actually set this to pair for the first time, and then we'll let it pair right on the phone there. And then I'll show you how music controls work. They're pretty cool. So here goes the Surge Classic, and you're going to see it pair up right there. You only have to do it once, and then every time you have a music app on, it works. Let's hit pair, and now we're paired up to our Bluetooth Classic so that we can control our music. Then auto tracking, and we can have the backlight as well, always on, or you could set it to auto, that when you tap the screen, the light turns on. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to keep it on all the time so we could see the screen a little bit better. Okay, so that's that. That's settings. So now we have all our real-time data, and we could swipe with our touchscreen, and you got the floors, calories, all that stuff. And then of course you have the white data. Now that we set up Bluetooth Classic, we can double tap the button at any time, whether we're in the fitness app or we're in anywhere on the screen, and now you have your music. It says no music, but we're going to turn on music. So you pretty much have to invoke music first onto the phone. So let's open up our iTunes app where we have music stored, and we'll play a song. And now it's playing a song. I have the volume down low because of YouTube policy, and you can just fast forward and it will display everything on your phone. So let's go where we have songs, and we'll just hit that, and it shows everything on the screen, and you could fast forward through different songs and just keep going. You can't rewind, you just fast forward, skip to the next song, and it's all there in real time. And you could pause, and then you could play, and you could skip, and that's pretty neat. And what's good about it, like I said, is you can use like Pandora, and once you use Pandora, you'll see now it's going to switch over to Pandora automatically, and it's playing the next Pandora song. So there it is, we're playing this Pandora song, and now we'll skip Pandora. That's pretty sweet. I love the fact that it can use the third-party apps for music. The one thing I don't like is that you can't use the third-party messaging apps. You can only use iMessages for iOS. I don't know how it works on Android, but that's how you do it on iOS. So if you have BBM or something like that, it's just not going to work. I don't like that you can't dismiss notifications and then have it dismiss on the iOS device, but I guess that's a restriction for iOS. There's nothing you can do about it. So basically, double tap and you get into your music controls. You tap once and you can get into your home screen, or tap once and get into your white screen. So basically, that's pretty much it for the watch. The GPS tracking is very accurate. The steps are very accurate. I need a little more time to determine whether the stairs climbed is accurate. Now, I tested this pulse with medical grade equipment. Now, I work in a hospital, I'm a CAT scan tech, and I went over to the ER. I'm not wearing the watch right now, so that's not actually my pulse, but I tested on myself, I tested on other people that I work with, and this pulse works pretty good. This pulse works by having lights on the bottom that shine through, and they see the constriction and the expansion of capillaries in your wrist, so that it can gauge whether what your pulse is by using that. I had a pulse thing on my finger, and they matched up beautifully. So pulse works beautifully with this. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I wish maps would actually show up when you're doing a workout and you track a workout. At the end of it, when it syncs to the phone, by the way, if you just turn the phone on, I'm going to show you. If you turn on Fitbit, you'll see now it's going to automatically sync up. There it is, it's up on top there, syncing right up automatically as soon as you turn the app on. So just make sure you turn the app on within 7 days to get the syncing going, because it will store that. And then this tracks your pulse every 5 seconds when you're not exercising, but when you're in an exercise app, it's every 1 second. So it's pretty nice to have. Now this is a great watch if you don't have a smartphone and you just want to use it with the web and the dongle, and you have like a flip phone, and then you have your tracking, you have GPS and everything like that. Now my thoughts on wearables altogether is that wearables are, we're not quite ready for wearables yet. Because we have phones that have GPS, they have the apps, they have everything. You can play music and everything like that. Most of the time, you're going to bring your music with you. You're still going to have the phone with you. And having a watch, maybe that makes it easier so you can have at a glance what's going on and you really don't have to take your phone out and look at it. But until they make a watch that has apps that run by themselves, and you really don't even need a phone, you don't even need to sync it to a phone, you don't need to set it up with a phone, then we're ready for wearables. I'm not quite set on buying something that you got on your phone already. But that's all up to you. I love to hear what you think about wearables these days, no matter how great they are. I mean, this is a really great watch. It really is. And I like the way they implemented a lot of things on it. It's a very simple idea, and it's definitely worth $250, but I don't think I'm quite ready for a fitness watch just yet, or even a smartwatch for that matter. But I like to hear what you have to say about it. So please leave some comments. Make sure you subscribe. If there's more stuff you want me to do on this watch, then let me know, and I'll be happy to do it for you. This has been Dave. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.